So we here at this channel, we do say, believe, and propagate that hashtag cap is a myth, because it is. There's always money in the banana stand. There's always ways to maneuver, finesse the cap, as it were, because the Vikings do have the best capologists in the NFL. Contracts can be restructured. Cans can be kicked down the road to future years because the NFL salary cap just keeps growing and growing and growing and showing. It's great, right? But yes. But what if, say just weird thing, the 2021 salary cap craters because the NFL's 2020 revenue is just kicked in the nuts? What happens then? It's going to be tough. So let's be honest. So who knows if there will be a full 2020 NFL season or if there will be a season in general. Also, who knows if fans are going to be allowed to attend games. And that is a major source of revenue for the teams. That will be very impactful because you think 60,000 tickets, well, unless you're the Chargers last year, so 14,000 tickets, concessions, parking, merch, all that, it's gone, right? 2 preseason games, which is still criminal, by the way, 8 regular season games, and maybe playoffs, unless you're the Chargers again. So all that money is gone off the table. And Adam Schefter, who's as dialed in as anyone, he spitballed this on his podcast, that the NFL might lose $3.2 billion, billion with a B, in revenue this year, and the cap next year could drop by $70 to $80 million. Now, I think there will be a dip in the cap, especially if there are missed games and especially if there are limited crowds. But you already do have the TV deals locked in, advertising deals locked in as well. In fact, ratings on TV will likely be higher if few or no fans are allowed to attend the game. So that will jack that up a little bit. Plus, everyone's at home, so that certainly helps. Plus, it's football, and it could be the only sport running at that time. And also, I honestly don't see the NFLPA just standing by allowing that to happen. Basically having the cap, that the amount of money that goes towards your constituents just cut in half. I don't see it. And also, I'm sure in the new CBA there is some sort of catastrophe provision. I mean that thing is as thick as nine telephone books. Kids, back in the day, there's this thing called telephone books. Whatever. So the cap will not go from 198.2, which it is in 2020, to 100 million. I just don't see that happening because what happens with contracts with guaranteed money? I mean, what happens with that, or contracts with big dead money figures? I mean, what's going to happen there? I mean, there's nothing really you can do with that, right? So imagine the Vikings working with Kirk Cousins' $42 million dead cap hit in 2021 with the new $100 million cap. I just don't necessarily see that happening. I think the league, what will likely happen is that they'll be able to leverage, they'll be able to borrow money, and they'll be able to keep the cap static for a number of years until it reaches equilibrium again. I think that's a possibility, or spread out the hit for multiple years. So instead of dropping to 100, say you drop it to 180, and the next year it's 180, and then next year it's 185, and blah, 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 until it gets to where the original trajectory and where revenue and cap equal out again. So again, how does this affect the Vikings? So as of right now, the Minnesota Vikings have $182 million in cap liabilities in 2021 per over the cap. Now, say that cap stays stagnant, 198.2, which is a pretty rosy outlook at this point. I mean, they're already handcuffed. They're already up against it. And yes, there are many ways to do this, restructures or potential cuts. You look at Reef, you look at Stefan, you look at Rudy. All that money can be shifted around. And perhaps the league will allow some sort of dead cap amnesty or exception for the situation, because I just don't see the league just having the salary cap and just being like to the players and the teams and NFLPA, best of luck. Good luck to you, because that not only hurts the players, it really damages the teams as well, and as well as putting a competitive product on the field. So I don't see that just happening where they're just like, whatever. I'm sure there are contingency plans in place here, but I mean, it could be one of the reasons why the Vikings haven't been uber aggressive when it comes in terms of, say, putting out bank for Trent Williams, or potentially impacting the Anthony Harris extension talks, or even bringing back Everson Griffin, as well as the Dalvin Cook extension talks as well. I mean, this could be something in the back of the mind of Spielman and Brzezinski, and be like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Look, I understand we could make this work. A small 2020 cap hit, a big 2021 and future cap hit, a la what the Michael Pierce contract, a la the Anthony Barr contract last year, because the cap is a myth. But I mean, next year, if the cap is cut in half, maybe it's less of a myth. Maybe it is a bit of a fable. I don't know. But either way, it's something that's going to have to be taken care of. I mean, it's something to keep an eye on as you move towards the 2020 season. There may be less money at the banana stand. There's always money there, but it may be a little bit less. But your thoughts, let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Pull us on the Venmo. Please give us a follow on social media as well. But until next time, Skol, production value.